right, look at that. So, I don't know what year this thing is. Later, we'll find out eventually once the buddy comes by and brings us all the rest of the parts, and we'll kind of explain what we got going on here. Anyways, yeah, 49, 50, no, probably like a 51, 2, 3, somewhere that era. Pickup, clearly it's on an S10 chassis with an LS. From the little bit of digging I looked, it looks like it's got a Holley Terminator something something. I've never done one of those or played with them, so we'll see what that's all about. So we got this and this. You'd imagine there's got to be a fuel pressure regulator somewhere, and it almost looks like there isn't. I'll have to see, I don't know. I put it here, it's on the hoist. Gonna lift it up, have a quick peek underneath, see what's going on. It's got a lot of fancy bits on there though. Lots of fancy bits. It's got a 92 mil this. Looks like it's got some aftermarket intake, clearly. Headers, no idea what's in there for a tranny. It's a nice truck though. Inside and out, not too shabby. Needs a little bit of everything inside, but I know under the seat is the Holley dealio. So I'm gonna guess there's supposed to be a screen or something goes with that. Other than that dinger in the back there, she's pretty clean. Not bad. A little high on the roof, but that's just me. Yeah, this side's all nice, clean. I like it. Pretty cool. Much as I want to peel that off, that's really not my place. Save that for somebody else. Yeah, so we got the clip. I'm gonna guess that was where the rad used to be, stuff like that. I don't know. Until we see the rest of the stuff. This is about all I can do right now. We'll stare at it with you. Neato. Anyways, when I know more, I will let you guys know. For now, we have it parked in here. It's another scorcher of a day, so we're going to enjoy our pond and just lounge in the water for the day. I think that's the plan. I was over at Kyle's this morning and we painted the Buick. Well, not by we, he painted the Buick. I held the hose and I mixed paint for him. Anyways, like I said, I'm gonna go enjoy the day. I'm gonna wait for Dallas to show up and we're gonna go see what's up with his truck here. What he wants done and not, and then yeah, we'll find out. All right, so here's where we're at. Dallas has been by, kind of gave us a whole rundown of a whole lot of parts. So essentially it's a pretty simple little project. What we're doing is we're just gonna wire up the lights, like finish up the wiring on it. We got to do tail lights because he wants to run like the stock style tail lights. That's the plan. So it's currently got these down here. We're gonna remove those. There's one tail light. But apparently he's got some brackets and there's something weird with them. Because when we look at them, it's like they're mounted, it's like they were put together backwards or something. No, that one looks right now. But we don't know why the light is so low. Like we figured the light should be on top. Kind of like this one, like the stock bracket. So I don't know, there's some weird stuff going on. Gonna look at that, try to figure it out, because the other side doesn't make sense unless the lights are supposed to go like underneath, which wouldn't really make sense to have them hanging way down there, unless they're supposed to, oh, unless they go on the outside. Maybe we're looking at these all wrong. Oh, I think I understand now. I don't know if I like that. We might spin the brackets around. I understand how it works now, but that is definitely... No, that can't work. See, look at that. See, doesn't that... Unless it does, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of weirdness going on. Anyways, we're gonna do the tail lights. I can see the wiring's all here. We do the headlights. What else is there? Well, clearly exhaust. He's got a Anito valance for the back. So basically he's gonna get a back bumper, front bumper. Got the front valance, we got the air intake stuff. I'm gonna put the rad in. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna switch out the diff because we'll have to do the emergency brakes and things like that. I know in the future the plans are to put this truck on full air ride, and I can't remember what else. I'm sure there was some other things, but that was the big one. But I kind of like told him to hold off till we get into the new shop because it'd be much more enjoyable on a lift than the one I have as far as doing the air ride suspension and all that stuff. And then he gets to drive it this summer and enjoy it. So that's kind of where we're at with things right now. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, I think. Shouldn't take too long. Just want to do a simple little smack together, and we're good to go. I don't think there was too much inside. I know he has a new interior, things like that, but I dig this one, but I think it looks pretty great. Anyways, with that said, I guess what we're going to start with is, well, he doesn't bring me the front grille yet. I kind of need that stuff. Oh yeah, and he's got some window channels, I believe. So just a lot of really simple things. So yeah, we're going to dig through parts, see what we got, see what I can bolt on or off, and we'll kind of go from there. Oh yeah, there's the lights. Look at that, eh? Oh yeah, this will go together nice. Okay, anyways, I'm going to dig through all this, see what things I have and don't have, and we'll start putting stuff together. Step one, I got the valance in. I for some reason feel like it's been tucked up in front of the truck a lot because a lot of this is sitting over it. But I don't know. I won't know till the grill is here, and then we'll see what's going on. I feel, like I say, I feel they pushed the bumper in more than original. Not that that's a big deal, but that might make everything else a little bit weird and have to work out. So I found in one of the boxes, which I don't need anymore, so that can go into my pile of stuff I don't need. We got rear bumper brackets. Oh, I started with the wiring, but I feel like I don't want to do anything until I have the grill and understand how this front end is sitting together. There usually was a rad support in here, but I'm gonna guess there is none, and it's just kind of the grill holding things together, which makes me feel I want to put a little, like these look pretty meaty, but I feel like a guy would want a support in the middle, otherwise the grill's the only thing going to be holding the front clip together. Anyways, till that comes, I'm not going to figure out where the rad, the transcooler, any of that stuff goes, and the wiring, because we got just our signals and headlights, stuff like that. So I won't touch any of that till we get the front grill, and then I can figure out how this radiator was like held in and stuff. Right now I don't actually understand, because this looks like there was a mount on it, but I don't know how. I'm guessing this big rubber block is where the bottom just sat on, which is fine, should work. And those screw heads might be a little bit tall. Anyways, that part's done. Now we got the rear bumper. We're gonna move over to the rear. So we got those funny brackets that I didn't know what to do with. Don't care, not gonna worry about them right now, but I am gonna take this light off, and I guess I gotta cut these off. Like, not that they have to be on here anymore anyways, but what we have is like a filler panel. We got a bumper, this filler panel, and no brackets. So I guess what I'll do is I'll bring this truck up higher. I'm gonna see what's going on here, see if we can just grind off those. We'll unbolt these, because we'll figure everything else out after. And kind of clamp this in place. Maybe if I clamp this in place, I can free float the bumper, because I'm imagining that thing kind of comes and does something here. It's kind of cool. I've never seen one. Anywho, we'll bring it up. We're going to clamp it in place. We're going to bolt the bumper and the brackets, let everything just float. And then we can kind of figure out what we're going to make for a bracket up into the original frame after. The bumper's not really doing much other than a showpiece as far as I'm concerned, but first things first, let's get it looking right. All right, this raises Actually, I grabbed one of these brackets and that just raises way more questions yet. This must not be for this truck. I don't know. It doesn't fit anywhere. Look at this. Like, how do you, how does a feller do his license plate now? Because this thing's now in the way. I think we're making brackets. This just doesn't make sense at all. Not even the slightest. Like even this thing. This would be... Now that we got this bracket on here, what would you do? Like, to me, I guess that makes sense. I don't like the look of that. I think I look better kind of flushed with the... But I feel there's a new bracket getting made. Anywho, we got this thing where I think it looks good. It tucks the bumper in nice. I want to trim this because it's kind of like there should be a gap, I guess, but see how it's touching? I think we're going to try to even this up. We'll just zip that. Not a big deal. I just have it clamped up inside. So I got a clamp there and there. I don't dig how the bumper brackets are going to work, but they're here. We got them, so I guess we'll have to make do. But see, these are going to go here, and they don't line up with a darn thing on here. I mean, if these were bent this way a bit more, nah, even then it wouldn't. No, I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. I don't think we can switch it. Or can we? Well, that looks better, but I don't know if that's any better. I'm gonna have to sit and think about that for a bit. It is a neat filler though. I've seen these trucks without it, and this looks much nicer, that's for sure. And then somewhere we got our wiring. I believe right here is our tail light harness, so that'll be easy, but it's everything else between there. Okay, Diana, is it warm in here? I think that looks nice. Now I'm not gonna do anything because we gotta pick up some steel because that thing is mounted like super low. So I think my plan is, I don't even know how far away that is. I guess a guy could do some box, I'm sorry. Get some light in there. So that's like super far away. I don't know what it is though. 2-3 inches. I guess like I say, I figured a guy could maybe do some box tubing down to it. You could do some flat plate, like the bumper does nothing. It's just strictly a showpiece in my eyes. But we have to fasten the bumper because right now the clamps are the thing holding the valance, everything on. So we'll have to, well, I'm gonna measure some stuff. Let's not overcomplicate it. If we go, I don't know, a 2x3 or something straight down, we can make a simple mount off the side of it to bolt that bumper bracket to, and I don't know, it's there, it's on. Technically, it should be okay. I think that's the plan. I have to rummage around, see if I have some steel. I believe he's doing his floor. He's going to shorten and do stuff there. We'll have to visit the lights again right away, but I need to get some steel to do that. I can't do too much in the front without his grill. I need to know where I can place that radiator and things like that. Oh, sorry, the rad and the transmission cooler. I guess we could start the exhaust. We were keeping the exhaust pretty simple too, because that's going to go back. I know his original, like what he originally wants in the end is the exhaust is going to come through the bumper in the back. That's the idea. But for now, just so it's drivable, like we're going to have to get the exhaust over to that side, go over and there. Just because that fuel tank and everything's in the way. We could go under the fuel tank, but I feel we got to go up and high over. All right. Well, maybe I'll rummage around outside. Maybe I got some steel. We'll see. I don't know for sure though. Well, I mocked up the grill. I think today's the first day I felt my tools failed me, I'll tell you that. I bought one of these. I used to have a Master Cool. I actually... I don't know where to go with it. This thing, kind of annoying. I was trying to do these transmission lines and it just couldn't do it. It essentially pretty much stripped the guts out of the inside of here. There is meat in there. I've actually already machined it down so I can get a tighter clamp. It worked. I ended up grabbing a brake line just to see if the darn thing would work, and it can flare stuff just fine. So this might be a harder line, I don't know, but that was the first time I was kind of bummed out buying a new tool. This thing's kind of junky. Oh well. I mean, it works. I'm guessing these steel lines are just harder than normal, but I know my old tool didn't have any problem doing it. You had to clamp a little tighter, but it just had a... it was just better. But whatever. We got it done, so not a big deal. I got to get some clamps. I have some, but none of them are big enough, and I don't really want to put a non-good clamp on here because I'm worried that it'll come off or the tranny line leak. I kind of just mocked the grill in there to see what everything looks like. It is. They sure did tuck that bumper in, I'll tell you that, because this should sit out a couple more inches for sure. That said, this is something I'd probably do to tuck it in anyways, but anyways, that's in. We're gonna have to do the signals. He brought me the signals. We got the top bar, and we'll figure the rad out. I'm gonna have to make a mount for this, the transmission cooler. I'm on the fence because I could put it through the rad. I've done that all the time, similar to the way that the fan's on there. But because they put the fan on already, I can't really run the lines through there. Maybe I can yet. Well, that'd be iffy. So, we're gonna have to make up a simple mount to hold this thing. Like the rad sits in here, it just kind of floats. It's kind of weird. But it's what it was, so. And that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna put it back to the way it was. So this thing just sits in here. We'll lay that down a bit. So I think I can make a simple bracket and we'll tack it to that bar underneath and we'll hold the transmission cooler, but we need a little bit of metal for that. So I think that is a tomorrow thing. Other than that, boy, that thing is like heavily channeled. Look how high up that rad is there. All right, tomorrow's another day. Got to get some hardware and a few other things, but we'll get her. She's gonna be good. All right, I was gonna bring and put this together. Then I realized there's a lot of assembly, so I'm thinking this is gonna be a rider thing. I got this and a 12-inch round, like a sander, kind of like I had in my other shop. I got these. I want to give a huge shout out to KBC Tools because I think Esther has reached out to them, was talking to them about the saw we had bought and lost in the shop. And then they heard about what had happened and had given us a credit at the store. So we ended up buying, like basically using the credit to buy this saw, this sander, and I got a couple hand tools and some smaller stuff. But that was awesome. Like, I don't know what to say other than thanks, guys. That was awesome of you to offer that for us. So we got to put this together. That thing was pretty easy. All I got to do is put this, I think it's a lock or something for the top here I just got to do. But this is actually looks a lot nicer than the one I had. Yeah, it's got this doodad. I think it just locks this. Anyways, I want to thank them very much for what they did. That was just awesome. So anyways, instead of me trying to fix my other saw, I just got another one. This one has a swivel head, everything. It's not as nice as my last saw, but let's be honest, I don't think I can fix my other saw. So yeah. So anyways, stay tuned for that. I'm going to get Ryder to do that probably tomorrow if he's bored. He's been asking to do something out here, so that should be fun. It's like a puzzle. I ended up realizing there was a lot of pieces in there, so I'll let him smash that together and I will continue working on that. But seeing as this is a bigger project, another day. So I'm gonna call her a night. Alrighty folks, we picked up some steel today. We should have what we need to make the rear bumper brackets. I'm gonna let this down and we'll see what my plan is here. So I feel from where my brackets are, I can do some 2x3 like this down. From there I got a piece of angle iron to which we can drill the holes, bolt the bumper on, and kind of give it some adjustability if needed. These I guess can just get burned to the frame because, well, I could bolt them I guess, but there's no real need for it. So we are just going to blitz that to the frame, piece of angle iron on the bottom. Mint. Seems pretty straightforward. Anyways, I'll do a little bit of measuring, a little bit of cutting. Ryder hasn't been by, so to set up my saw. So we'll use this one that Buddy gave me because it'll work fine for what I need. So yeah, we got that. We got a drill press. We're set. We are good to go. We got a welder in the corner. Oh yeah. Alrighty, folks. I think this is as far as we are gonna get in this one. What did we all do? Feels like not a lot, honestly, but things happen a little slower now than they normally do. Everything takes a little bit longer. But we got the back bumper brackets in. They're not the prettiest, but it works for what we're doing here. So anyway, so we got those. We got the lower brackets. It's bolted. That's fine. You won't even see them when the floor's in. So the bumper's mounted, I think. And then we did the valance in the front, made the transmission lines. Got the cooler in, but not fully bolted. We got a few things to finish up, to do the wiring and a few things like that. But I think that's the next round. I think we should have everything all buttoned up. It's not as glorious as it was going to be, but because I was going to put this differential in, but I don't think I need it anymore because we have, I realized the original diff has all the emergency brake stuff, everything on, so we can go get inspected. So I'm thinking that's all going to be good. So I'm pretty happy with all that. So I kind of talked him out of swapping that just so he can drive it this year. And then we can always do this as a future more in-depth build, because I believe the future is going to be air ride and 4-link in the back and stuff like that. But anyways, next round all we got to do is finish the wiring, bolt the grill in. By doing the wiring, I mean we got to wire the headlights, the signals. We got to make some brackets for the back. Do this intake. We have bits, but they're not right. We'll have to do some modifying to them. I believe this mass airflow has to get mounted somehow in there. Yeah, do this. Put the hood on. We'll have to figure a way to mount the rad. I believe it mounted just to this thing, so I'm not sure about that. But and then I think that's about it. I think it's good to go. Yeah, I don't know. Seems pretty straightforward when you say it that way, right? Anyways, folks, I think that is where we're going to leave this one. I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.